Okay.
All right. Coach, once we start the video, would you like to do a little intro? Hey, this is Coach Parr. We're here at
Start the video. What? Couldn't hear you.
Oh, sorry about that. Once we start the video, would you like to do a little intro? Hey, this is Coach Parr. We're here at the Samook signing day for 2025. Something like that.
Do what? I can't hear you.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
Once we start the video, would you
Yeah.
like to do some sort of little intro? Hey, this is Coach Parr.
Sure.
We're here
Yep. That'll be good.
To move the Samook signing day 2025. Just sort of.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
To start the video.
Yep. That'll be perfect. Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, just tell me when I need to get started.
That is totally up to you. I think we're making sure all the back doors are closed so we don't let any
Right.
noise in or anything like that.
Yeah, all you don't mind. How many you signed command? Four. Four commands?
Yes, sir.
Still missing one.
Who's?
Malvern, Arkansas.
Yeah, that's right. No Arkansas signees
The old hometown.
You got to format that one back, right?
Henderson.
It's fine if I have to.
or Harding.
No, they don't.
Give me 1 second. We should be good. Just double checking we can get all these.
You got it.
Yeah, I do this right next to the mic, so it makes it sound like there's lots of pictures.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you want to smile for real quick? Take that as a no.
All right.
That was the smile.
That's the locked in right there. Okay. Should be good. Everyone ready? All right.
Okay. Hey, thank you very much for being here. Great day for Javelina Nation, Javelina football. Historic day. Honor and a privilege to be the 13th head coach here. Represent this program. Just proud of the signing class that we put together. Proud of our players that are here currently. Just couldn't be more impressed with what I've seen and what's transpired in my first month here. I started here. My first day on campus was January the 2nd. So been here a month to put together a class of 34 high school signees, 9 transfers. Obviously, that takes a lot of people and a lot of organization, and to put together good classes, it takes a village. And I've been just very impressed with our athletic department staff, our football staff, and our university staff, and our community. And want to thank everybody that's been a part of helping us put this initial class together. Hopefully, not leaving anybody out, because there was just so many people, that were involved in this. But of course, I want to start with Dr. Vela and his leadership, and thanking him and all the departments that work underneath him. Were efficient. Went above and beyond the call of duty, and very appreciative of everybody's support. Another person worth mentioning is Hannah Lance, also our assistant AD in charge of compliance. Went above and beyond the call of duty, and did everything imaginable to make this process as smoothly as possible. My personal onboarding process as smoothly, to make it go as smoothly as possible and as efficient as possible to help get this class rolling. And I think, those are some things that, are overlooked, with a new coach coming in. And it takes more. You're not just coming in and just watching tape and selecting players and recruiting players. There's a lot of things that have to happen before you can actually, go to work. And, Mike Salinas and Hannah and their team just did a tremendous job of making this, boarding process as smooth as possible so that we could, get to work as quickly as we could. Sports information has been great, top-notch Division II sports information department, event planning, food services, admission, financial aid, housing. All those departments were vital in putting this class together. And I want to thank Javelina Nation. I've been so impressed just with the with the passion that we have, just being in the community, the passion people have for the Javelinas, the lettermen, all the coaches that are out there, all the former players that have reached out, trying to help and offering support. I don't think that could be any better at any Division II program in the country. I hate to say we, because I've only been here a month, and that could perhaps be disrespectful of all the people that have been here before me, but I have to say we have a special operation and culture here that's been earned. People expect to win and are hungry to win at a high level, and are just so supportive of of this football program, and just I'm so appreciative of it. Going to start off with with our class, our high school signee class. We signed a total of 34 players with a combined GPA of 3.21. Our motto is to we want to win in all three areas, and I'm an extension of our administrative team. It's been clear to me that we want to win. We want to win on the field. We want to win in the classroom. We want to graduate players, and we want to develop life skills. Not one of three, not two of three, but three of three. And that's what we strive to do in trying to recruit this class. I think it starts in recruiting, and it's not so much when they get on campus. When they get on campus, we got to do our job, certainly. But if we have players with the talent and the life skills already that can self-manage themselves, that just helps our operation. And from what I've learned, in being here, this is an attractive place, and we have earned. I say we again, reluctantly, because I've been here a month, but we have earned the right to go out and recruit the very top level players, students, and people. And that's what we're going to strive to do, and try to get the very best of that want to be Javelinas. 17 offensive players, 17 defensive players. Out of the 17 offensive players, there were 9 offensive linemen signed, 5 receivers, 2 quarterbacks, 1 running back. Out of the defensive players, we signed 4 defensive linemen, 5 linebackers, 8 defensive backs. Also, don't want to neglect the fact that we were able to sign 9 mid-year signees, and also in saying that, that's a lot. 9 mid-year signees, 34 high school signees. We'll see how it pans out. We obviously, everybody likes everybody they have today, and it's our job to develop them. But the foundation Mike Salinas laid, you cannot. I've got so much respect for 7 wins in 3 consecutive years, and then entering this program, everything being laid out with their recruiting boards, the amount of people that have been to this campus, multiple times, the coaching staff that that I inherited, very I'm very impressed with, going, talking to these kids, the relationships that had been developed, and then going into the schools and, hearing from the coaches how many times our coaches have been there, asking these kids questions about the schools, and the kids telling me that their position coach and area recruiters had already answered, a lot of those questions. I don't think we need to neglect, how important that is, and then how important, that goes into winning. It's all the little things that add up. I also want to credit, Jamison Bish as the interim head coach and keeping this thing in motion while this search was taking place. And as many of you know, Jamison is coming back as our defensive coordinator, assistant head coach. But to continue the momentum that Coach Salinas and the staff had gained through their relationships throughout the year, and then for Jamison to continue that, and then being serving and when I came in, and not letting this thing slip, and then pushing the envelope hard and trying to feel what I personally wanted in players, and trying to recruit what fits my skill set. I think is commendable, and I'm very appreciative of those men and the jobs that they did. I'm going to start with our transfers. I'm going to start with Jack Turner, quarterback, transferred here with me from Louisiana Tech. I feel like we got a great one in the making, and I see his confidence growing every day. He's been with me 5 years. Was with me at Navarro College. Was with me at Louisiana Tech, and started 6 games there. Knows my system well. Had some good games. I think threw for approximately 300 yards versus Nebraska, 300 yards versus NC State. Has all the qualities of a quarterback that I personally have had success with. Guys that I coached previously at another Division II school that all played well in Division II football. Guys that I coached at the junior college level. He's a big pocket passer. He's smart, and more than just a player. I'm just so happy to have him. He's a culture builder, and he does I think he's one of the top 1% in student athletes as far as what I feel like it takes to living the lifestyle it takes to turn yourself into a great football player. He's going to be able to put that on foot for us as a player into the locker room and on the field. Next, Aiden Combest was a defensive end we got out of Tyler Junior College. He's from Prosper High School. I've got a lot of respect for him. He's done a good job in his time here so far. Totally committed, very mature. Like his versatility on the defensive line. Has good pass rush ability. Has good bend and body movements. He's stout against the run. He's a versatile player. He could be a defensive end, or possibly an outside linebacker. Micah Lewis transfer from Eastern New Mexico was an honorable mention, all-conference player from Amarillo, Tascosa High School, coached by Ken Plunk, who I've coached with before and have a lot of respect for. He's played a lot of snaps in this conference, been productive in this league. He has great footwork, ball skills. He has had a solid work ethic since he's joined us. And, you can see he's got some little man syndrome to him. And you're not successful, being a small player in this conference unless you got something to you. And you can see his hunger and his passion for the game. Javon Jones is a D-line transfer that transferred here from Stephen F. Austin. He's from Forshore High School. He was a very productive player at Concordia St. Paul Division II school. He's got a great physical profile, moves well. I've liked his energy since he's joined us. He's one of those that's one of the first ones here, last one to leave. Ashton Williams is a long defensive back from Houston Christian. went to Baytown Sterling High School, good length as a corner, can play multiple positions, can play safety, can play nickel, can play corner, has shown some physicality, and looking forward to what he can bring. Sean Burks is a linebacker from University of Texas Permian Basin from Cuero High School, the Gobblers, right down the road. Talked to him this morning. He just feels more at home here and is enjoying his experience so far here on campus. He can run, he can hit. He's an all-state player in high school. I believe Coach Fish and his staff liked him out of high school, and they were glad they were able to get him. Harrison McKinley from my own stomping grounds, Navarro College, Pflugerville Conley High School, plays Will, nickelbacker. You can argue, is that to the boundary? Is that to the field? He's a physical player, can run and hit, and we like his physicality on tape. He's got a great frame. He's got a good football IQ, has the ability to play multiple positions. Austin Yeager's an old lineman that from Kilgore College, Richmond Foster High School. He fits the air raid offense in that he has a lot of length. He's 6'7", 280, has long arms. Feel like he has the ability to be a good pass protector. Has the frame to even get bigger, and has shown a lot of energy in our practices so far. Ethan Brumgard, all right, from my alma mater, Hardin-Simmons, Schertz Clements High School. He had a good year at Hardin-Simmons this past season. Had 50% touchbacks, which I like. You don't have to coach the kickoff coverage team if you're kicking it out of the end zone. By the way, one thing I remember about the Texas A&M Kingsville Javelinas, Texas A&I Javelinas, when I used to coach with them, is they had stout kickoff coverage teams. Hopefully we can do that, do the same thing. Ethan was 100% on PATs this year. Hopefully we'll give him a lot of opportunities to kick a lot of PATs next year. Defensive player profiles from our high school class goes as follows. Brennan Boyner is a defensive back from Fort Bend Hightower. Was coached by Cornelius Anthony. They made the playoffs last year. He was a regional qualifier, first team all-conference DB, liked his length and versatility in the secondary. He comes from a good high school program. Has an uncle that Ronnie Prude that came with him that played in the NFL for multiple years, was also a corner at LSU, and like a lot of things he brings to the table, not just from a player, but just from an overall, makeup standpoint. Jonah James from defensive back from Senton. He came here on a visit with his twin brother, Jacoby James, who we signed as a receiver, and I've got twin boys myself, and I didn't know Jacoby had a twin, and I'm like, who's this guy? We can't split these twins up. And by the way, he was a good football player. First team all-district player, district DB, second team all-South Texas defensive back, created 10 takeaways, ran very well at the summer camp this year, and he grew a lot, according to Coach Moten and Coach Bish, and they were high on him, and he caught our eye when he was down here on a visit. Kadarius Coleman is a defensive back from Spring Westfield, great program. Desmar Black's currently the head coach there. They made the playoffs this past year. First team all-district defensive back, 3-year starter at Westfield, ran a 48.3, 400 meters. Intelligent kid, 3.7 GPA, physical for his size, high football IQ. Caleb Gaynor, defensive back from New Braunfels Canyon, was the first commit to this class and never wavered. Sean McGoughley is the head coach there. They went 3 rounds deep in the playoffs. First team all-district DB. He can play multiple positions in the secondary. Coach Bish and Coach Moten like guys that can play safety, corner, possibly be nickels. We value that versatility. He performed well, at their camp this year. Well respected by his coaches. I think that's another thing you'll see with this class that I'm impressed with. these coaches that have been here have seen these guys in person in camps. So, that eliminates, a lot of the crapshoot. Amir Gibson is a defensive back from Waco, La Vega. Coach Don Hyde played the state championship game, state runner-ups, great program there. First-team all-district player, first-team all-state DB, elite ball skills at the corner position, can play man-to-man, comes from a great high school program, like we said, and then has played more than 10 playoff games in his career. Avery Sorrell is a defensive back from Young Men's Leadership Academy, and have just gotten to know that school, and have been very, very impressed with what I've seen from kids from that school. Coach Anthony Green's the head coach there. He was a second-team all-district DB, area qualifier in track, 60-plus tackles and 3 INTs, competed hard at the camp. At our camp this year, again, another kid that has been to camp, and he's an under-recruited guy that we think can develop into a great player. Jarvis Bright is a defensive back from Cy Ridge, coached by Andrew Charlie, and two-time second-team all-district defensive back, high academic kid, processes the game well, has good length. We like his physicality. Played in a good district and was productive. Denarian Fuller was a defensive back. He's a defensive back out of Rice Consolidated, two-way player there, coached by Brad Dumont. Made the playoffs. Was a first-team all-district athlete. Good 100-meter guy. Ran in the low 11s. Well respected by his coaches. A versatile player. Played both ways. Did everything for his high school team. And we think once we get him settled into one position, that's going to expedite his growth. Jeremiah Johnson is a defensive lineman from Del Valle High School. Is district MVP there, 7 sacks, 15 TFLs, 5 forced fumbles, was very violent in the trenches, great strength, and was very disruptive, asset in the defensive run game and pass game, and he was coached by Todd Patman there at Del Valle. Keon Cross, defensive lineman from Manville, coached by Kurt Martin. 2 rounds deep in the playoffs, first-team all-district defensive tackle, led district in sacks, 50-foot shot putter, was physical and violent, very productive in a talented district. He is a South Texas product, grew up in Victoria before he moved to Manville. Next is Fakapuna Fakati from A&M Consolidated High School, coached by Brandon Smith, who played at Sam Houston, played offensive line there when I was a GA there. 3 rounds deep in the playoffs, district champs. He was a 2-time first-team all-district D lineman, district MVP, all-Brazos defensive tackle of the year, Whataburger super team defensive tackle, 2-time Dave Campbell's player of the game. It's got elite strength in a high school defensive lineman, heavy hands, disruptive, violent with a high motor. Aaron Brown is a defensive lineman from San Antonio Johnson. His high school coach was T.P. Miller. They went 2 rounds deep in the playoffs. He was a district champ. He was a first-team all-district player, academic all-state, lots of upside. Only been playing football for 2 years, and has already had success at a high-level football district. And he's also a heavyweight wrestler, so he's familiar with with moving bodies. Gage Brown's a linebacker from San Antonio Brennan. Also was here at camp and has been to campus, multiple times. Coached by Stephen Bazor, 4 rounds deep in the playoffs, district champs. He ran a 14.7 100-meter high hurdle, over 200 pounds. So, that's pretty athletic. He did a great job at our camps here this summer. Also, again, another one that's been to our camp. He's on a defense that broke numerous school records this past season. He runs and changes directions very well, and he'll strike at the point of contact. Rashawn Conway, Young Men's Leadership Academy, coached by Anthony Green. Talked about Coach Green and that program there. Rashawn was a 3-time first-team all-district player, John Wayne Player of the Week, San Antonio All-Star Game, regional qualifier in the hurdles, all-time leading rusher in school history. He's got a brother here on campus that's doing a great job, and Jeremiah Conway. He excelled at camp here this summer also, changes direction well, plays the game with a lot of violence, great wingspan. We think he's an under-the-radar type kid as well. Sean Wasley is a linebacker from San Antonio Sotomayor. Did I pronounce that right? Coach Juan Morales. They made it to the playoffs 2 rounds deep. First team all-district linebacker, 145 tackles, 8 fumble recoveries, 6A all-area defensive player. He stuck out in the way he performed at camp again, liked his length, violent point of contact. At the point of contact, changes direction very well. Ellis Sanusi from Fort Bend Kempner, coached by Troy DeGar, first-team all-district player, all-academic all-district, athletic linebacker, also played some defensive end for him, multiple, returned several kicks for touchdowns this season. Very sudden and snappy player, has great athletic length as well. Noah Lasker, he can play nickel for us from Brookshire Royal High School. Coached by Thaddeus Reagans. They made the playoffs. First team all-district player, utility MVP of their district, ran a 10.7 100-meter dash as a junior. Great speed and physicality, has some versatility. He can play multiple positions in the secondary as well. On offense, the 17 signees that we have, going to start with none other than Riley Martinez, offensive lineman from Bishop. Head coach is Rigo Morales. They made the playoffs last year. He was the offensive lineman of the year in his district. And then everybody knows his dad, Jaime Martinez, on our staff, legendary player here. What I told Riley was this, and I mean it. I stand on business with his offer, and he fits our offense well. Has a lot of the attributes that I like, he is not an offer because his dad was such a great player here. I like Riley Martinez. He's got a great frame, high academic guy, 3.9 GPA, processes things well. Again, another kid that's been to camp here. Brian Parker was an offensive lineman from Huntsville, coached by really great coach, and Rodney Southern. Made the playoffs 2 rounds deep. First team all-district offensive lineman, academic all-state. He's another kid that's a great student, strong hands, dominant presence in the trenches. Showed us what he could do in summer camp, this past season. Anson Johnson II, offensive lineman from Crosby, coached by Joe Willis. Made the playoffs, second team all-district offensive lineman. One of the first commits to this class. We were able to hang on to him. Coach Martinez, Coach Manny Martinez had him in camp, liked him in camp. Strong student, 3.0 GPA, a strong player. Dylan Jeffers, an offensive lineman from Anna, played for my brother Seth Parr. Won state championship last year, went to the 3rd round this year. Plays center, in our system. Knows how to operate this offense and can play different positions. Does a good job of moving into space as a puller, and he can get out on screens. Rylan Boshin from Deer Park, coached by Austin Flynn. They made the playoffs. He was a unanimous first-team all-district offensive lineman, 3.5 GPA. His teams have won a lot of games the last few years. Large part of him was because he paved the way to that. Violent player who puts his body on the line. Stuck out early in camp, for us this past summer. Coy Thatcher, offensive lineman from Cy-Fair. Violent player, coached by Jeff Miller. They made the playoffs. 2-time first-team all-district player in a tough district. Over a 3.0 GPA. Athletic offensive lineman that can play multiple positions. Has a great frame and has got great potential to grow, get bigger. Henry Dines, physical player from Pierre Land, coached by BJ Gotti, made the playoffs second round, appearance for them this past season. First team all-district player, 3.9 GPA, directed traffic well from the center position, physical player, and several knockdowns. Jackson Timon is offensive lineman from Manville. His head coach is Kirk Martin. Just like Keon, made the playoffs, second round this year, second team all-district player. Very good student. His frame allows him to be a physically dominant player, in the trenches. He's from a winning high school program. I think he fits our offense well. Also plays tackle, has the potential to move to guard, has long arms. Paul Jackson's an offensive lineman from Clear Springs, coached by Anthony Renfro. Made the playoffs, first team all-district player, 4.0 GPA. Moves well in space. Has the frame to get big, and we see a bright future, for him. Quarterback from Refugio, Kalen Brown, coached by Drew Cox, made the playoffs 3 rounds deep. Interesting thing about Keelan is he scored 1,000 points last night in basketball, and that's not easy to do. Has a big arm, great athlete, won a lot of games in high school, performed well in camp. Luke Arrington's quarterback from Lubbock Monterey High School, coached by Judd Thrash. I saw him in camp, personally this summer, and he's a lot like Jack. He's got a lot of the qualities that we've been successful with at quarterback, in this offense, and he's a top 10% student, at his high school. He's a twitchy kid, 6'4". I think he's 197 pounds, and I believe his best football, is ahead of him, and had a good year last year. They played well against Denton Ryan. He's played good against good competition. Then moving forward to our running back signee, Edward Chumley, from Anna, coached by my brother. I've seen him play for 3 years. He's been just very durable. I believe just undervalued. One of the top rushers in the DFW area. Also played defense. He's just got great balance, and he was the 2023 state championship game MVP, 2-time first team all district player, second team all state running back. He's tough. He's got great balance. Kai McMillan is a receiver from Harker Heights, coached by Mark Humble. They made the playoffs, all district wide receiver, another academic all district kid, leader in receiving yards in Harker Heights school history. Intelligent kid with a great work ethic. Family and coaches have done a great job preparing him to succeed in college. And he's another kid that performed well at camp here for this coaching staff. Ashton Ainsley, receiver, out of Anna, Texas, awesome, coached by my brother also. Believe he was nearly a 4-star recruit. Had several offers. It's got a big frame. It's got great bloodlines. His uncle was a 7th round draft pick out of high school in baseball, not 7th round, 7th pick overall. And his dad was a very good high school player, and had quality offers in football out of high school as well. And Ashton's a productive player. I believe the best football is ahead of him also. Ronald Bell, receiver from Anna. I've watched him for a long time, and was just productive in every game. I know what I'm getting. He's tough. He's reliable. He can play fast for a long time. So what I mean by that is play 5 and play 57. Look the same, and has made a lot of plays for that program. Jacoby James, receiver from Senton. A big kid, 6'4", 6'3", 215 pounds, all state on both sides of the ball. 39 career touchdowns, 3,000 career receiving yards. I think a lot of him, think he was, overlooked just being in a small town, possibly. And that's a great thing about being here at Kingsville is, we've got access to those towns. Great program, coached by Michael Trotman at Seton, and feel like we're getting a good one in Jacoby. Landon Hebert, receiver from Monterey, was brought up to me when I started recruiting Luke at quarterback. Did not play football last year as a junior. Perhaps why he got overlooked was a move-in, had to sit out last year. Was a 6'8" high jumper as a sophomore. He's 6'3", 195, really good athlete, explosive player, physical, has a lot of the characteristics that at receiver that we've been successful with. In closing, I just want to say that we're proud. We're proud of this class. Met with them, all last night, and it's not about today. It's what it looks like, 4 or 5 years from now. There's 34 here, and hopefully, we're in the 30s when they finish. And you win with big senior classes, and it's going to start with this group. And our football program right now, our staff right now, we're just honored and privileged, to represent. I can't say it enough. The tradition of Texas A&M Kingsville football. 30 plus conference championships, 50 plus draft picks, unlike any other in small college football. And we're excited to build off 3 consecutive 7-win seasons. So there's a great foundation that has been laid. Currently, our players that are here, I've been impressed with. I've been impressed with with their timeliness. I've been impressed with the way they listen. I've been impressed with their buy-in, and you can tell that they've been trained well. And what we're preaching to our coaching staff and to our players is we want to win in all 3 areas. We want to win on the field. We want to graduate players. You got to have a vision to graduate. We want to develop life skills. So appreciate all you guys being here. No, that's a long opening statement right there. All right. From here, I'll take questions. All right.
Coach, you mentioned at the end there talking about the foundation that's been built here, the tradition that A&I and that Kingsville has as a football program. How do you make sure that continues, but then while forming your own culture as a team?
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's a definite challenge. I think it's communication, and there's no better resource than Mike Salinas to educate me, on the history, on the way to operate and maneuver this program, and then implementing, my philosophy, which me and Mike are very similar. All right, and I think that's why we're aligned. But obviously, 2 different people, you're going to have different personalities, and I've got to coach to what fits my skill set the best, and that's where my leadership steps in, and I feel like it's communication with our staff, and then ultimately our staff's communication with our players.
Coach, circling back a little bit to the mid-season signees, especially Jack from Louisiana Tech, how big is it to get not only a player of that talent, like a guy who started against multiple Power 4 conference opponents last season, but maybe just the experience and the leadership it is for this locker room that you're trying to build?
Right. Yeah. Very blessed to have Jack. Can't say enough about him. And regardless of what he does on the field, he's gonna earn everybody's respect in that locker room, in this community, in this university, off the field. He's one of the best human beings I've ever been around, student athletes I've ever been around in regards to the lifestyle it takes to develop yourself into a top-notch athlete, a top player, at your position, nearly a 4.0 student. I think he has a 3.95, and just strong moral virtue. And so I just feel blessed. There's not a better kid to start your tenure with than Jack Turner.
Coach, what was kind of the identity you were looking to build with this recruiting class?
Yep. Identity. That's a good question. Wanted to first off, find out what Coach Bish is looking for on his defense. Obviously, we have not, worked together long, and then just, figuring out, what he likes, what he needs, and then just going through, all of his, prospects and, filtering out that. I would say number one identity, though, in all of it is, do they love football? All right, and there's not enough intel that can give you that. Hopefully they got that, and we'll find that out. But moving forward, that's our identity. Do they love football? And then can they manage themselves? Do they have what it takes to graduate in 4.5 years? Do they have what it takes to take in the life skill development, the education that you're giving them, and produce the results we want in life skill development? Offensively, we want to be long, and we want to be big, up front, and we've always signed lots of offensive linemen. Signed nine this year. When you do that, just by numbers, you're going to have some emerge into the type of players that you want. Receiver, I'm real excited about this this whiteout class. I don't think I would put this whiteout class with any other whiteout class in the country, and then very excited about our quarterbacks as well. And so, and then just from the identity side of it, just being able to have a relationship with my brother that runs the same type of offense, that's had success, and then being able to tap into to that market, I think is helpful as well.
Coach, you talked a lot about your excitement with this upcoming class. Can you talk about your expectations for them coming this season? Obviously, you want to be good at certain things on the field. You talked about the area. What do you expect this team or this class to be good at and sell for you with?
Yeah, we expect to win, and just expect to win, and all three of those areas that I've talked about. Just going to keep spreading the message. Win football games. Win in the classroom. Graduate in 4.5 years. Develop life skills. Winning in that realm.
Coach, for the fans, for the Javelina fans out there, what are maybe a player or two that they should keep an eye out for?
Right. Yep. So, we'll see. How that plays out. I don't want to single anybody out and put any extra pressure on anybody. All these kids we're proud of, or we wouldn't have offered them the opportunity.
One last one for you, Coach, before we get out of here. You got a pregame song. What hypes you up before game day or before the season? What gets you ready to go?
Oh man, I got a lot of those. So Rock Me Amadeus is always is always a good one. Then you can mellow out with a with a little chicken fry, Money for Nothing by Dire Straits, can get you going. Lots of opportunities. I Want to Be a Baller by Lil Wayne. Lots of opportunities to mix it up for yourself, get yourself going.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it, Coach.
All right. Yep. Hey, good.